This is our implementation of the PetPipe project. This section right here will just slide right inside of the pipe. So all the components are together. We have several different parts. We have the motor, which provides the movement when the pipe needs to lean. We have a motor driver. The motor driver has two different functions. It supplies power to the gyroscope and the smart fusion. It changes the voltage from what we have as the input voltage to 5 volts or 3 volts. And it also controls the motor to make sure that we're stepping the right number of times. The gyroscope is the way that we're keeping track of how fast the pipe is rolling. The goal is that when you roll the pipe, it'll roll for some time, and then it will know how far it's moved, and so then it can lean itself back to the original position. It'll just roll back. That is the goal of the PetPipe project. And so the gyroscope is really crucial in monitoring how far it's moved. With the smart fusion here, it's mounted on the opposite side, and it provides the logic, keeps track of how far it's moved by doing a numerical integration. It keeps track of how far it needs to move the weight to lean in a direction, or just to keep the weight in a spot so that it tracks down. We'll show a little bit more about that in a bit. And then we have our battery pack. This supplies 12 volts to our system, which is what we decided was best to make sure that we had enough power for everything. So what will happen when the pipe is rolling is, when you push it initially, when it tries to keep the weight lower. That way it just looks like the pipe is rolling just like normal. So as you roll it, it'll track here at the bottom. And then after it rolls away for a bit and it stops, then it wants to move back to its home, its original position. So it'll lean itself by adjusting the weight in one of the directions. That shifts the center of gravity of the pipe, and so the pipe will lean in that direction, and then it can and then it'll roll back to its starting position. It just has to make sure that it moves the appropriate amount.
After a bit of hardware failure and some rework of the electronics here, yeah, we had a voltage regulator. I think that's probably the solution there. We have something that is working. It does retrieve, but there's a little bit of work that still needs to be done. Just to demonstrate though, we have the phase where it rolls away and it tracks the down vector, and it gets to a point where it has moved far enough away from home that it wants to move itself back. So you saw the motor turn there, and as you come back towards home, it goes into the braking phase here, just before
it's done braking.
Landing.
We feel like this has a lot of application in the real world, not only in the getting a good grade world. We can foresee this in a lot of different applications, but probably one of the most exciting applications that I see of this PetPipe that can, you know, move itself on its own is in the defense industry, where they can deploy this pipe into an enemy factory or some other facility, and it can roll and survey the area, because nobody suspects a pipe to be the culprit. Everybody's always thinking that it's a drone or a robot with treads and fancy cameras, but nobody would suspect that one of their very own pipes was just rolling around and being deceptive and stuff. There's a lot of applications that we can see with this. It has a lot of potential. I feel really excited that we can help make a difference in the world, starting with us.